photographer has their style of shooting. Some are quick, some are slow, and everything else. You can change the color of hair if you want to. But that really does take it out the kind of realm. If you're going to add that kind of thing, make sure it fits within your concept. Otherwise, it kind of looks a little bit too kind of Mickey Mouse or too colorful that it doesn't look pretty. So use it very, very carefully. Contrast, black and white, whether you're going to brighten the picture, whether you're going to darken the picture, or always to discuss with your photographer your end result. You're going to get your raw image, and then what you need to do is then chat maybe about how you're going to fine-tune it. But it should always be shot to truly how you want to see the end result being, rather than fixing it later with digital retouching. So the other thing that leads all this to is defining the benefits of your collection. I mean, really, you know, you're doing all of this, what is it going to do? And the most important thing is, you know, who are you? And what does it mean to you? It's great doing all these pictures, you know, whether it be fun, whether it be something you're going in for a competition, whether you use it to promote somebody in your salon, whether you're building a team in your salon, or whether you want to promote your salon. There are always great ways of doing that, and this is a way of doing it. Here is just a selection of covers and different things that I've done, and you can kind of see it's my Damien Carney look. I didn't even know that I had a look. I guess I do, really, but I like to look at fashion and hair in a slightly different way, and I like to cover all different things, whether it's classical, whether it's a little bit avant-garde, but I always try to do things well. And if it means that I have to calm things down and push things down to make the image do what it needs to do to look beautiful, I'll do it. I won't just do it for the sake of doing it. I believe putting the right hair with the right makeup, with the right clothes, and having a sense of balance. And the things, you know, that are important to me are about, you know, making the whole image look beautiful at all times. And you can look at it in 4 or 5 years' time and still look at it and think that looks a great image no matter what.
You know, a question just came in that, oh, excuse me. Do you mind if I ask a quick question here, Damien?
Absolutely.
Okay, perfect. Let's see, this question just came in from Jill, actually in Long Beach, and she's asking, you know, how often do you, I think she means literally you, Damien, how often do you work with wigs, and how do you know when that's appropriate or when that's desirable for a shoot?
Great question, absolutely great question. I work with wigs as I need to. I don't have like a fixed kind of thing. I mean, if my end result demands something that, you know, I need extra volume in hair that I can't get with, you know, maybe the model doesn't have thick hair, or maybe nobody has that amount of hair. The photographer wants, you know, massive amount of hair. They're not automatically going to wigs. I'd stick wig on wig on wig on wig until I build it up. Or if I'm working with hair texture that's in a concept that really I can't achieve by, you know, doing something permanent to real hair, I'd go for a wig. But really what I would do is when you're talking about wig, choose your wigs carefully. I tend to buy expensive ones, maybe $500, $600, $700 that are real hair, $700, that are real hair that I can cut, color, and do anything to, rather than making them synthetic and cheaper wigs that tend to reflect and look like a wig. So although it is a wig, I still want it to have a sense of reality in it, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Because if it looks like an obvious wig plonked on the hair, to me there's no continuity or flow when it kind of comes to looking at images. Mm-hmm. So the general thing for me, I use them when I need them. If I cannot get it out of the hair, then I will create a wig. I will add pieces of hair, wefts of hair, until I create my end result. So no matter what I need to do, I'll get there, whether I use wigs, pieces, or whether it's a whole solid wig.
Wonderful.
And the next one we're talking about is you've got these ideas, and I found that the best thing is you've got to connect with your editors, or, you know, if you don't have no connection there, you've got to know who they are. You've got to pick up a phone, maybe introduce yourself, and have a link with them. And here's an example of a press copy that, you know, announces my latest collection was Last of the Savages. What it will do is have a slight introduction, it'll have the body of what you're doing, why you're inspired by it, it'll have a closing, it'll have all of the credits. Oh, some of the editors call back and say, what are the credits? Well, remember that you're working with an editor that has thousands of images probably being sent to them. What's going to separate yourself from everybody else? Being efficient, being creative, being professional, being pleasant, and it's all wrapped up to is going to get you to the top of the pile. So a great press release is so important. This is quite a long one, but it was very interesting because a lot of people wanted to know about it. So it's really, really important to do a great press release that you can, you know, electronically send. They need it now, and they need it described clearly, so it makes it really, really easy for them. And then we've got on our next slide.
Have we got a delay? I'm sorry.
It's okay. No, that's cool. Delays are good. Gives us time to think about what we're going to say next. Checking me out, or let's be on the other side. Check yourself out. When you leave this webinar that we're doing, you are going to do something. You're going to you're going to look at Facebook if you're not on there. You're going to find out where there's photographers in your area. You're going to hook up with some makeup artists. You're going to Twitter, Hairbrain, Stylist4One, all of those people I've talked about, all of those you know, these things that we're doing right now. Connect with those people. Do something about it. I started up. I work with probably 3 photographers all at the same time, probably no more. I probably work with 2 makeup artists and 2 stylists. There's not a huge team of people, so you don't need a great number of people to start up a great team. All you need is a few people thinking great ideas that enable you to get where you want to be. So do that. Make sure that you make it happen.
And I think this is, you know, something that you have totally capitalized on. I mean, I've only worked with you for a short while, but it seems that you really do embrace social networking. And, you know, a lot of the things that we have on this slide that we mention are opportunities to really reach out, you know, not just in terms of building a team, but just letting people know what you're up to and embracing that. And it's an opportunity for you to create your own image, you know, sort of have a hand in that. And if you don't mind, I have to plug, you know, the Professional Beauty Association as well as another great way, if you're a member, to reach out to like-minded people and, you know, to network and use the resources that we have and just in general, you know, to find out from people what they're doing and what they're having success with as well.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think your organization is probably, you know, the creme de la creme in the industry, and the reality is that, you know, you have people that represent, you know, education of its finest level, so take advantage of that. And there are also, you know, photographic seminars and different things that are going on. If you don't have a website, you should have one. They don't necessarily need to be expensive. There are lots of different ways. You can go on Google and you can go to companies where you create your own, and they've literally got it step by step. You choose your font, your logo, and everything else. But keep in mind, the simplest of information that's going on in your salon can really have a huge impact. You know, maybe it's a charity, or maybe you're looking, how do people know you're looking for models? Let people know you're looking for models. You've got to go down the right avenue, and I think the most important thing is get used to that within your business. I was absolutely, to be quite honest with you, so stubborn and resistant to all of this that I just got lost in it because I didn't get it, didn't understand it, didn't think it was that important, but it's so important to the business of today. And actually, a lot of it is free. The only thing that it costs is a bit of your time. Here's my website. It's got different chapters you can go on, and you can log on, and you can send me a message. You can be my friend on Facebook or anything else. You can find out what's going on. I'll be doing a series of photographic seminars. I'm doing one in Miami in February. Dates to be confirmed. I'm going to be MC at the iShow in Long Beach, and I cannot wait. And then I'll also be doing the iShow in Chicago, so can't wait to do that. And I'll be doing lots of events. And again, this is just the way. The one thing that has made my business, because I don't own a salon, I don't work in a salon. I spent most of my hairdressing life in academies and everything, and I'm very focused on education, so I devote all of my life to that. And images are very, very important. Without those images, I wouldn't be selling Damien Carney as a brand. So pictures, you know, they may be pretty to look at, but they are business in other terms and other words. So I can't express that, you know, whether you're a novice or whether, you know, you're in between, just get a little cheap camera. Start taking pictures of your friends. Start looking at how face shapes look. Start looking if the nose looks big, or what does the complexion or the jawline. That haircut that you see sitting in your chair, how does it look when you shoot it on camera? Well, it's not really that interesting. I didn't realize I was doing those hairstyles all the time. So the photographic world is not just great for shooting photographs. It puts a different perspective on your work. It creates a three-dimensional feel and awareness to what you're doing when it comes to hair.
Yeah, you know, and I think one of the things I like that you said too is just, you know, start somewhere and jump in. And I think that's what I've heard, and what's actually come across the chat a little bit here this morning as well, is, you know, people just, they're having a hard time getting started, you know, and I think it's good